Hey everybody, it's Retro Gaming now. Playing SHROOOOOOOOMS Complete Chronicles, and we're heading to Teledahn. And here we are. We're in some sort of hut. Here we got map, can't really read it. Sort of like snow or something. Appears we're in a cave. Let's look around. Little mushrooms on the wall. Where are we? Well, let's look first with this grate, which we can't open because it's locked. And it looks like there's water down there, which would explain why we can't get down there. So we've probably got to unlock it from the other side. So, let's go ahead and see where we are. Giant mushroom there. Appears to be an elevator or something. A little catwalk. Lots of whatever this is, pollen or something in the air. You can see it's covering the roof of the hut. And there we go. Nice, huge mushrooms, and a lot of them. And you can hear the sound of bugs. And this stuff is our spores. This floating down stuff, so coming from all these mushrooms. Let's go ahead and see what we've got here. Some sort of umbrella looking thing. And a lever up here. Let's pull the lever. Does nothing. So, since that didn't do anything, let's go ahead and see what this does. So it looks like there's some sort of cable or something over here. Let's look at this. It's like it's a primer. And just like that, that whole thing went up. So let's see if we can, what happens if we look in here. Okay, so if we hit this button, it starts us moving in that direction. This here changes the height. And see, I think we want to get the sun. So let's go ahead and try and line ourselves up with that. And when we do that, we can hear some machinery start up. And you can see that the lever we pulled is rotating. The lever we did not is not. So let's go ahead and power this one. It's stuck, so we can't do that, can we? Let's power this one up here. Alright, so no more bugs. We're not driving out. Look at that little thing. Alright, so let's go see what we can do. This is powered up here. And you can see this is actually a huge mushroom that fell down. There's the huge part of it over there. It's kind of cool. Is there anything we can do in here? Oh, there's a journey cloth. We missed that. So let's go grab that. I guess this is powering this elevator. Hopefully. I think it's heading down, maybe? Nope. Alright, well, let's go get the journey cloth at least. There's one of them. 6 to go. And And since the elevator's not coming down, looks like we can't go there. So let's head on back out into the noise. You can see our solar power thing is following the sun nicely. Some sort of huge energy creation mechanism. Let's see, where have we not been? We've not been down this catwalk. What have we got here? A lever. And there's some sort of noise. And I just got into this thing, and it just started moving. How about that? This puzzle is actually, at first for me, was very difficult because I didn't know you could just do that. I'd always have to try and jump and time the jump correctly. But it's actually really simple. And we're going up into the top of this mushroom that we just supplied power to right there. Now you can see all the spores, and I just then a fan dusts the spores off. Pretty neat. And there that goes down the line. So, mushrooms. It's a journey cloth. We definitely want to touch that. Oh, there we go, too. Over here we've got some telescopes. Let's look into those. We can see our power manufacturing over there. So we've got over here. We can see there's our buckets going around. I'm not sure what they put in those buckets yet. Probably not humans though. You can see actually I don't know. There's our power generation. And we've got this thing, so let's hit these buttons. And it didn't work, did it? So, let's hit this button. Maybe this one works. Ah, maybe we have to prime it. They sure love doing this to us, don't they? Oh, it's just locking it. There we go. Now let's hit this button. And that's going to take us down. But we don't want to go down, do we? We want to go up. So let's go ahead and head up. See if we can go up another time. Because obviously the power's hopefully doing something more than just this elevator. It'd be kind of inefficient. Waste. It looks like we can go up. Because the rails go higher, so let's go ahead and head up again. And here we are. Appears to be a sleeping quarters sort of thing. Very nice. I imagine it smells very fresh in here. We've got a fish tank. Looks like those little flappy things that we saw earlier in there. And over here we've got another Relto page, which I don't know why it's switching the camera. So let's go ahead and take that. So here we've got some styrofoam, and maybe the fish tank came in this. I don't know. Fish tank appears to be the only thing that could be real, like not a Teledahnian. Let's grab another journey cloth. And we got a bunch of stuff on that desk. We'll look at that in a minute. First, let's look through this. Nothing. We gotta open the blinds. How do we do that? Can we do that? Yes, we can. There we go. Now we can see out. Let's go ahead and look through this. Waterfall out in the distance. So now let's get to the real main attraction here. This desk full of stuff. Sit down here. Starting with this on the edge, far left, appears to be some sort of shelled fish that's been taxidermied. Here's a view of a mushroom, and there's the bucket. Here's some sort of fish thing. Looks like it could be similar or related to this fish over here. Can't read any of it. Some other weird creature. And this is a Fryman Safe Haven 3 registration card. So you can see it's from Fryman Aquatics and Supply from California. So this is probably what that fish tank over there was. I've already seen that. Fryman Safe Haven series. Warranty information card. Thank you for your purchase of the Fryman Safe Haven 3. As with all of our aquariums, the Safe Haven models come with a 1-year unlimited warranty. In order to take advantage of the full Fryman guarantee, please fill out the registration card you received with your aquarium. Accessing the safe. For Safe Haven 2 models, the lower portion of the tank is accessed via the safe button. The safe button is located directly above the patented central feeding hole on the backside of the aquarium. Alright. For Safe Haven 3 and 4 models, the safe button is built into the light on and off switch. Simply press the light switch for longer than 3 seconds and the lower portion of the taper will open. Safe Haven 4 model owners will also be required to enter a combination in order to open the safe portion of the tank after the lower portion has been raised. The combination from the factory is the last 6 digits of your registration number. Of course, the combination can be changed anytime by following the instructions of the separate insert entitled Changing Your Safe's Combination. So it would be the last 6 digits, so it would be 123207 if we need that. But he got a Safe Haven 3, so we definitely won't need that. Here we've got a map. And what the map is of, we can't quite tell. Maybe a cave or an island or something. And we've got a bunch of dunny numerals on there. So you can see we got 5 down here, 3, etc. 1 and 6. So we don't know what this is for yet. But obviously it's a list in order that we have to do something in. So we're going to go ahead and write that down. Over here we've got a maintainer helmet. How nice. And I wasn't finished on the desk. So obviously I think this is Sharper. Douglas Sharper, yeah. So he was the one who was writing that journal over there. Another weird fish thingy. Another weird fish thingy. And another weird fish thingy. And a quill. So, what's in the safe? It says hold this button for 3 or more seconds. Well, I'll hold it once just to see what it does. Flips the light. There we go. How about that? And here we have a linking book. Let's go ahead and take that. And here we are in some sort of room. It appears that we're in Dunny, so we can see from the window out here. There's the Great Arch that we saw in Real Mist. There's a painting of the hut. Painting of some mushrooms. More painting of the mushrooms. Here's a linking book back to the office, so it's nice to know there's a way back. Some more fish drawings. Some plans, it looks like. It's like a family photo. books around here. Just a bunch of books. And he's got a writing desk. But before we check that out, we're going to go ahead and look over here. See what we've got here. Just a view out. We've also got a linking stone. And this appears to go back to Teledahn. Which I'm not going to go ahead and not take right now. We're going to go ahead and check out Sharper's desk. His true desk. Alright, so let's go ahead and sit down. He just folded his arms. First letter. Dr. Watson. Big problems. The house on the Loban is not empty. I met someone there today. My Dunny isn't great, but I spoke with him for a while. Yeah, he's Dunnian, and as we figured, knows a lot about the creatures. A whole lot. We obviously need a meeting ASAP, says Maury. Douglas Sharper 04. And let's see how long this journal is. I think it's pretty long. No, it's not super long. I will look at that in a minute. We've got a second journal. This one's quite long, actually. Oh boy. Oh boy. This is a doozy, isn't it? Just keeps going. Oh man. Alright. You've got a notepad. And a map, or looks like a map. A calendar sort of thing. Alright, so, map of, I don't know actually. Dunny, maybe? So it's really hard to tell actually, I don't know. Ancient Earth, you can see mushrooms in there. Weird fish. Alright, we're going to go and read some of his journals. Alright, so let's go ahead and start reading some Sharper journals. Douglas Sharper, 2004. Alright. They're seeing the Patriots go to another Super Bowl and hopefully... Though seeing the Patriots go to another Super Bowl and hopefully win is obviously on my mind, compared to what I've returned to here in Dunny, what happened? I'm hearing that the DRC is leaving the whole thing behind. Watson is not returning. Kodama, Laxman, Sutherland, all the little guys, Nick, Simpson, I never saw it coming. Inberg even. They're claiming funds, but I wonder if it was something more than that. I thought I would have a lot to write about today, but my mind is going everywhere. I've come to love the place, the offices, the creatures, the people, the game. Even the DRC, I'm stunned. Is it really going to come to an end? The disagreements in the past are no longer separating us, obviously. Had a good talk with Kodam and Laxman today. They're disappointed and saddened. Frustrated. Poor Laxman is still working on the KIs. Says he's standardizing KIs and implementing some kind of remote upgrade. Except for that, they're beginning to close things down. They seem to know what happened to Watson. Apparently he spoke to Kodama at least once, and that day long ago. Neither wanted to go there, so I let it go. Regardless, there's a glint in their eyes. Maybe it's not too surprising for Laxman, but Kodama, the man never has an ounce of glint. Seems like they have a journey they'd like to take. Laxman must have seen the light. KI Lattice is going down those two base features before he heads up. I'm heading to the surface myself. Houston for the Super Bowl. Another championship is just what I need right now. I'll be back. Champions again. Not sure I could have asked for a better game regardless of the halftime debacle. I have to admit, though, I thought the big victory would be enough, but I still find myself troubled down here. What is it? A coordinate? And why is Zandy singing this thing out? The guy that would tell the path of the show? What? Spoke with Nick last night. He's already heading up back to the northwest somewhere. I'd like to see the kid again someday. Good kid. I'll miss him. I think Floak has left as well. Another good guy. Went to the spy room today, and not quite the same anymore. I missed the intrigue and found myself saddened at the thought of it all going away. No reason to go through the trouble of making the backside secure anymore. Looking back, I realized how lax I was. Anyone could have found the book. I assumed the backside of Teledahn was secure, but obviously it wasn't. Not if they were all seeing Shroomy. And to think, if there had been two of them, all they'd had to do was close the door and their friend would have seen the book. I guess none of it matters now. Don't suppose anyone will be going to time the slave caves anywhere soon. Oh well. I'm a little ashamed that I've forgotten about Phil. I suppose the surface trips, football games, and obviously the events down here caused me to forget about him. His relative book was in the spy room. I paid the area a little visit. A memorial of sorts. I assume he's officially dead now, though I should ask the boys. My God, I may have killed him. Is this? There's no life here, literally and figuratively. They've all gone, and I'm stuck alone with the thought of Phil may have died because of me. I've talked to a number of the DRC about it. They never found a body, but apparently a destroyed KI was found at the bottom of where the precipice once stood. No one wanted to say it, but I've had the dream twice now. Phil's standing up there, confident in his ability to return to Relto at any time. The first crack, still confident, enjoying the thrill. Another crack of stone and the tower begins to break. He reaches down to grab the Relto book just to be ready. It's then he realizes it's gone. He turns to escape, but he's already falling. A cry for help that those who were there heard. He has no chance because I took the book. The rubble buries him forever. No, I have to believe it didn't happen that way. This coordinate has appeared on my desk again. I thought everyone was gone. Zandy, if I don't do anything else, I'll have to find this place before I leave here. I'm supposed to. Zandy wouldn't send it out if there was a reason for it. If it is him, maybe I'll find some answers. Watson, Phil, the DRC, the failure. Could these coordinates hold the answers? Is someone else here? I'm not sure I'm alone anymore. I'm gonna have to be careful. It seems obvious that I have to get the Great Zero on. Rumors used to think that the DRC had the multiple links inside their private rooms in Corel. Getting to Corel isn't a problem. It's getting into the private rooms that is. It's something to do with the lights. I figured. Just not sure what. Very cryptic journal. Honestly, we don't get a lot of new information. He did talk about something about slave caves in the back of Teledahn. We don't know what that was, but something about a door. So let's head on to the big one. Looks like they've agreed to let me take control of Teledahn. Time to start a journal, officially. Maybe not. Kodama popped in, going in about his inspections in his usual arrogant manner. What a joke. Now it's Watson's turn. Acted as though he was chatting, but I could tell he was looking all over, checking on my progress, or maybe making sure I can be trusted. I'll just get used to it. Time to move forward. DRC isn't going to change anytime soon. Merry Christmas. Going up for a few months. Can't take this red tape anymore. Yay for Broncos. Patriots should have been there. Stupid Steelers. Okay, maybe Teledahn will help me forget all this. Okay, real quick, let's just point out this is considerably in the past. So that was the first journal was 2004. This one is 1998. So obviously the Broncos' height of their power. Alright. Looks like I'm going to need Watson after all. I found all kinds of journals and notes upstairs that I'm going to need translated. I think Watson is going to let one of his assistants help me out. Sam. Sam is not the fastest translator I've ever seen. I don't think he's even started. Kodama came by again today. Spotted something today. Creature of some kind. Forget the history of this place for now. I've got to see that thing again. Saw her again. Wow, what a beauty. She's very sensitive to sound. Startles like an antelope. I'm estimating she's a good 40 feet. Killer whale type. Hard shell, though. No sign of her in this area, at least. Sam says he's going to have some time next week. At this rate. She showed up again. I saw her eating. She likes the flappers. Feeds on them. Pretty quick and agile for her size. Surprised me. Of course, those flappers aren't real bright. Those who weren't eaten went right back to the spot and waited for her to show up again. Looks like this place was written in 8990 for a Dunny Lord Guild of the Caterers. 250th birthday present. If I'm ever 250, someone better give me something better than this place. Sam is busy again. Did give me some more translations, though. Seems as though the mushrooms were used for some kind of delicacy. To be honest, I'm not sure Sam got that one right. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense, not with what I'm seeing. Watson told me Sam is too busy to help me. I'm going to have to learn this language myself or find someone who can actually help me. Watched her for a while today. Definitely feeds on the flappers close to shore. Also feeds on mushrooms. Does she ever feed on mushrooms? Watched her completely destroy one. Or does she ever feed on mushrooms? Watched her completely destroy one today. Brought the whole thing down and fed it for some time. Until scared off by something. Mushroom is gone. Probably sank. Kodama came by again today and I was glad the girl wasn't around. Last thing I need. The flappers like the spores. The creature likes the flappers. She's scared to death of loud sounds. If I get this equipment running, she's gone. Heading up in a week. Going to try and get the gate down before I go. See if she'll come in while I'm gone. 3 mushrooms were down. Seems all of them were a particular kind. She was in the lagoon. I think I could have taken her out, but not yet. DRC would have a fit. Probably kick me out or something. She's definitely an air breather. Could hear her today, sleeping on the surface. Kodama followed me here and scared the heck out of her. She woke and shot out of here fast. Kodama never saw her. Apparently some new guy is learning Dani and wants to help with me. We'll see. There are quite a few new people coming down. A group from some game company was recently here, and that's quite a stir. I've met a few of them. Nice guys. Haven't seen her for a full month. I'm going to start working on the equipment here. Can't wait forever, and the DRC is getting on me. As though they own the place. The tower is almost working. I need some tools from the surface. No sign of Shroomy. Met the new guy, Nick. Nice guy. This might be real good. Smart guy. Picking up Dani fast. He's going to keep at it, but I gave him some material to study in the meantime. Quick trip up and back down. Tower's working. Nick dropped off some translation and it all matches. The old stuff. He's working on new material now. Tower's powered and more projects. These buckets are a mess. So is the elevator. I found some kind of pump mechanism to get that water out. I think all of it will have to wait. I'm heading back up for the holidays at the end of the season. Tickets to the Monday night game against Miami. Patriots still in the playoff hunt. Patriots out. Back down. Nick is more than I could have hoped for. Seems as though keeping up the translation of DRC's... Seems up for keeping the translation out of DRC's hands. He has some bad experiences with Kodama and Ingberg in my camp now. Perfect. Apparently Hinash only owned the age for 10 years. As death, Teledahn was left to the guild of caterers who installed the equipment that I'm working on today. Some of the translation has actually been rather helpful. I think I can get the pump working. It was never meant for water, but I think it would pump out water. Nick says there's quite a bit about the guild captain Ventus who ran the age for quite a few years and directed the industrialization of the place. Did quite a job apparently, although Nick is still reading. Signs of Shroomy, but I haven't seen her for a long time. I'm not going to stop working on the equipment now. Apparently no mention of her in the stuff Nick is reading. Pump works, although I'm keeping water there. Nice form of protection to the other side, at least until I discover what it is used for. That's Nick's job now. I have my ideas though. Seems as though Ventus installed the gate to keep Shroomy out of here. Didn't like her eating the mushrooms. Good idea. Ventus maybe wasn't so great after all. Ruined the place, turned it into what we see now. Explains the differences in early descriptions to later ones. Seems the age auctioned off, and that's all of the official records. Nick can share those with the DRC. I don't mind. Showed Nick some of the manuscripts I've kept hidden. I'm quite sure I can trust him. He's given the official report to Watson and the others, and he's willing to do these extra translations on the side. Good man. Watson, Kodama, and Sutherland came by today. It was prearranged. They didn't see anything they didn't need to. They all seem satisfied with the work I'm doing, although the fact they continue to check on me still drives me mad. They say that we want the age ready for visitors relatively soon. I didn't realize that anyone and everyone would be allowed to access the place, but why not? I suppose. I'll still have my areas. Big argument today with Watson. Upset I didn't share with him all that Nick had translated. Miscommunication, although I'm happy Nick has kept his mouth closed regarding the other. Regardless, I can't take their nitpicking. I'm heading to the service for a long trip. Returning to Africa again with the fellows. Don't know when I'll be back here. Nick knows to keep things quiet. I've set things up for Shroomy to return, and I have plans to bring down some new items. Look forward to returning a long time from now. Back to Teledahn again. The surface trap triggered some ideas for here that I think I'll begin exploring. Some talks with Ingberg might be in order soon. Nick has gotten a load of translation done. I'm going to try and summarize as best if I can remember everything. This place was owned by a fellow named Monsuamo. The man apparently got the place cheap somewhere. He started harvesting of the spores again. Seems the age had corrected itself over time. Bread apparently they are making. The same delicacy Dani had raved about before. Made a decent amount of money. However, he was doing lots of stuff in the dark. Slave trading. I'm sure Watson would have a fit if he knew this. His precious Dani. If they're going, we can't find out. But it explains the cages and the whole backside of this place, really. Hiding from maintainers, I suppose. We found some more mention of Shroomy as well. Mansemo saw her pretty frequently. They even found her nest. I'm heading out tomorrow to see. As far as Shroomy herself, she's been here, but not here when I arrived. Shrooms have managed to disappear, and she broke a walkway on the backside. Have to fix that now. No nest. Remains, yes, but she's obviously not been there for a very long time. This place is much bigger than I thought. Learned that today. The DRC is getting pretty serious about letting people down here. They've moved to the island and are trying to get portions of the city open for visitors. Moving headquarters to a building there as well. I suppose I'm going to have to get serious about it as well. They're going to make me if I don't. So back to the equipment. Cars are giving me all sorts of trouble. It's this ridiculous elevator, and I don't know why I'm not making a quick trip to the surface. Parts. Back with the parts. Nick has found out the slaves were going to a place called Rebek. Haven't heard of it myself. I'm going to ask Watson tomorrow. Watson has heard of it. Says they've been there. Asked how I knew, and he said he realized it was a mistake to ask about it. Asked how. Asked how I knew, and I realized it was a mistake to ask about it. Told him Nick told him Nick told me. Unfortunately, Nick told me later he'd been doing some official translation for the age. Lucky me. Be more careful. Found a new book today. A very special book. Cars are working. Why they need to work, I don't know, but apparently the DRC wants this place restored to its original condition. So, cars are working. Elevators work. Finally. Nick tells me this Rebek gauge was amazing, but he's pulled off of it. Games with the slaves from here are played there. Hunting game of sorts. I'm not for hunting people, but the game does sound fun. That Watson will want to approve that age too fast. DRC is planning on opening this place up in 2002. They of course haven't bothered to tell me that, but regardless, it's true. Working on getting some lights going in here. I have a feeling inspections will be increasing. Watson informed me of the plans today. 2002 is the target. Thanks. Nick stopped by and we've got a little more information. Looks like there's some kind of weapon in our hands. At least it could be used as a weapon. After the lights. Inspection plan for next month. Lights are functioning. Cars, doors, elevators. Not sure what else they'll want, but I'm sure they'll come up with something. Well, stupid me. I have an entire list of items that need to be accomplished for this place to be safe. I won't be taking any more ages after this one. Maybe a city location. I can't take this. Shumi is back. Watched her all day. Out of the blue, I think she's starting to like me. This could be good. I'll give up working for a short while. She's nervous, but coming back daily. I keep the gate down. She's trapped. Got the gate up with her inside eating the flappers. Set her off. Pretty obvious she can be a nasty girl if she wants. But still, I have a shot. And I'll need to do it before Kodama shows up. Got her. Time for a surface trip with the important parts. I'll sink the rest. Wooden walkways are fixed. Rails are up. Among the other things, a list of DRC requests. If the place isn't safe, I don't know what is. Inspection tomorrow. Nick has dropped off some more translations. Seems as though a major inspection into the illegal activities was going on immediately before the fall. Doesn't look like they found anything. Inspection went fine. I guess this place is safe now. I'm heading back to the surface for more tools, football, and the holidays. Another missed playoff. Oh well, things are stressful here. 1 year to go for the initial visitors and it's beginning to show. However, Sutherland dropped by today. Nice woman. We had a talk. I'm helping out in the city now. Not much work to do in Teledahn. Clean up here and there. Maintain. I'm hoping for a certain location in the city. Maybe my helping will get me some leverage with Watson. I'm enjoying time with Sutherland anyway. More city work. Not much happening here. Nick managed to get me in on the extra Teledahn book today. Good man. Shumi is back. Obviously not the same one, but we've got a new girl here. Amazing. I'm curious to know how many there are now. I think I'm going to try and schedule another trip in the next couple months. The trip was a success. Amazing. There are quite a few of these creatures all over. Perhaps it's a seasonal thing. Waters where I've been before I found a pod of the creatures. And a bigger one. I'm not sure, but these seem to be young ones. The larger creature was absolutely stunning. I've never seen anything like it in all my days of hunting. I was actually a little frightened. The thing could have swallowed my boat whole. To take even a small portion home would be... I'm going to have to think this one through. Back to work here. I'm installing a gun of some kind down near the dock. It's a dunny mining instrument, I believe. Regardless, the DRC of all people want it set up. Strange. Gun is up. Not working, but up. Laxman will have to get it working or at least give it a shot. Not familiar enough with this kind of dunny technology. More city work and less Teledahn work. Did clean up the cages and larger mushroom. Took out some crates and moved them upstairs. I think another surface trip is in order. Mary wants to go up as well. A little longer than I expected for obvious reasons. Horrible tragedy. I'm happy to have done a distraction of sorts. I brought down a fish... Oh, yeah. It's, after 9/11. I brought down a fish tank, at least the first part. I want to see if I can learn more about these flappers. I can get some young ones and some water from the lake. We'll see. The stress level is rising rapidly. Only a few months out and they're planning on bringing down some visitors. They're cleaning up a neighborhood for a group of new people. Interesting. Victor found some sort of communication device this week. A KI they're calling it. Very interesting device, I have to admit. Victor does seem to know his stuff at least. Talked to Ingberg about a building in the city I'd like to have. We'll see. Victor can't get the gun for a very long time. In fact, DRC wants the whole thing taken out now. Fine by me. Found another new book today. Perhaps I have my city location now. Great view as well. I'm moving some things here, a little more out of the way. Glad I bought the more expensive fish tank now. Received a report from the surface. Patriots aren't doing well, and I don't think I'm going home to this holiday. I'll help here. Teledahn seems stable, but Kodama has asked to look at a different age and help them out. Sounds like an interesting place. NNA or something. Why not? I'm just going to point out really quick, NNA is my favorite age of all time, and we will actually get to that much further into this gameplay. So, just a little point out. Strange place. Needs lots of work, but it's been good. I think I'm heading up to the surface. Watson had recommended we go up. Marie is joining me again. Wasn't supposed to be gone this long, but who would have thought the Patriots would win the Super Bowl? I don't think Watson is very pleased, but too bad. Visitors are down and I wasn't here to see him. The DRC wants me to go through Teledahn again, and though I'm not sure why. This place has been cleaned up for months. Typical of them. I should know better by now. New shroomy creature seems pretty happy here. Runs when the machinery comes on, but usually returns. I usually leave the gate down. KIs are working great. Pretty amazing devices. Haven't met any new visitors. Watson says he doesn't want me to. Typical bureaucratic nonsense. They are ready to open up the island. I have to admit I'm pretty excited about watching these people visit. I'd love for them to come to Teledahn, but the DRC insists it's not ready. Not sure what more they want. A new group of visitors are coming. The DRC is really hyping this one. Authorized explorers. Enjoy talking to Robin and Rand again. Nice guys. Hadn't seen them in a long time. The new authorized explorers seem to be enjoying themselves. Fun. Okay, real quick, I'm just going to point out Robin and Rand Miller are the brothers that created the original Myst game. And I'm not sure Robin worked on Uru, but I know they both worked on Riven, the second Myst game. Funny DRC posts that the restoration efforts will be given top priority this month. More meetings and more inspections when the age has been ready for months. If it makes them feel better. They did acknowledge that I found the book. Wasn't expecting that. On an even funnier note, all meetings are being held in Dakota now. I couldn't have asked for much more. So they made that public. Shroomy was in here and I had to make up some reason to postpone the trip. If they had seen the equipment and such, it's time to get rid of some of this. If the DRC had come here today, it could have been bad. Phase 5 approval. What's that even mean? Simpson told me about a pretty strange stone. I tried it out. I want it myself. I think I'll keep it here. Don't really care what the DRC thinks of that either. Stone is gone. Vanished right out of my office. Where's Simpson? Got the stone back again. Simpson claims it was back where he found it. Regardless, this time I'm keeping it in a more secure location. Now Phase 5 approval. I've been so angry this past month, I've been ready to throw in the towel and head back up. It's utterly ridiculous what they're doing. The safety requirements they are pulling out. Someone had better do something before we have all-out government down here. Although these threads on the forums may be something, the DRC in secret is suspecting Zandy. This could get fun. Stone is gone again. How? Last time with the stone. I'm trying a more secure location. Gone again. I have the stone one more time. Simpson says he can't take it again. So I'm trying one more thing. Gut feeling about these creatures. Watching people has been fun. Maybe it all has been worth it. Stone hasn't gone anywhere this time. I think they're afraid of the hanging rocks. Interesting. Surprise, Rebic was shelved. I saw this one months ago. This is wild. They're flipping out over there with Zandy breaches. Hilarious. I love it. Of course, they haven't mentioned a thing to me yet. I'm sure they don't plan on it. Big meeting this weekend for the DRC. They don't know what to do about Zandy, and it's driving them nuts. They think it's only going to get worse. I hope so. Kodama wants to bet on surface games. Now, who would have thought, but I'll take his money. On a more adventurous note, Nick got us into Rebic today. Amazing. I'd love to spend some time there, but we had to hurry. He tells me there's a new age as well with creatures. I'd love to get there, but I doubt it will happen. The DRC is sick to their stomach with this Zandy stuff. I'm on his side, but I hope this doesn't make things worse. Zandy's getting them on his side. I wish. I could describe Kodama. Wow, I love it. I did see a sign on the surface. No one ever seemed to notice it, though. I guess he's making them. Ha! Maria's lost it. A t-shirt? I agree with Kodama on that one. Kodama's taking money from me and it's driving me crazy. If I wasn't watching his veins burst in those meetings, I'd be much more angry. It's worth it, though. Well, Zandy is unstoppable now. He's going to bring people down and they can't stop him. It's funny, but it's also more work. I want this to work for everyone, so I'm helping out more where I can. Still hoping for leverage on that structure I've been weighing for a few years now anyway. This Zandy stuff is great. I do think the DRC is getting ready for them, but still, more power to them. Apparently, no one has officially talked to me yet from the DRC. Looks like Guru it is now, thanks to Zandy again. Christmas Eve in Teledahn. If I imagine it hard enough, the spores look like a Northeast Christmas. Not really. I think I'm heading back for the playoffs and New Year. No playoffs, but still a good New Year. This should be a fun year for Dunny. Also brought down some more fish tank pieces this trip. I think it's about ready, if I get the chance to work on it. Should be interesting to watch Zandy and the DRC as well. I'll be anxious to see who gets the power here. Looks like they're trying to get the upper hand. Explain the Zandy story and they'll be upfront about it. Watson had to convince some of his members that one believe me. But probably smart. Ages are being approved, visitors are coming down. I'm losing time to write journals. Closing, opening. I don't understand the idea, but the DRC is definitely trying to get ready for the new arrivals. Another large group just came down. It seems like things are going fairly smooth. I've heard them talking recently about a house on the island. They're beginning initial restoration, but I've got to find a way on that. Nick says the place is amazing. He's read some histories and the stories go on and way back. I'm going to talk to Watson now. There are rumors of a Dunny survivor going around here. The DRC is keeping it low-key, but it seems pretty reliable. Obviously, I'll be the last to hear, but I gotta find a way to meet him as soon as possible. Funny, seems like a lot less people are in the city nowadays. DRC is talking quite a bit about visitors' access to ages that they've not approved. They're a little irritated, to say the least, and trying to figure out a way they can control it. I don't think they can. Interesting. Finally got the gun up and working. Laxman is getting better every day. The guy's a genius. Watson stopped by as well to see it working, although he seemed more concerned with me cleaning up the scrap than the gun itself. Typical DRC. Out of the blue, St. Michael's has contacted me. Old friend from the surface, working for some paper up in Maine. Says she's coming down for a long period. Wants to write. On a more typical note, Watson came by a few days ago asking me to name the wildlife here. They aren't finding the names the Dunny used for a lot of the animals. I don't think he really appreciated shroomy and flappers. Anyway, I named the birds here buggers. Or buggeroos. I think some part of that is Dunny for big. That's what Nick said, at least. Big bug. Wonder how they'll like that. Just returned from a short surface trip. Went to last week's Patriots game in Philadelphia. Excellent game. Not what they needed after that miserable performance in the first week. And another win yesterday. Travis managed to meet me in Philadelphia and brought little Travis down with them. It's good to see them both. Sonia seems to like it down here. In fact, it looks as though she'll be staying for a while, longer than she had thought, and maybe working for the DRC in a similar role as Simpson. Fine with me. Another inside scoop never hurts. I'm going to try and get a pub down here. DRC has apparently made long-term plans to open up a new section of the city, and there's a spot I'd love to have as my own. Time to start being nice again and see if I can get it. It looks like this is actually going to happen. Major preparations are underway to open the place up. The arguments for not doing it have been pushed under for now, and it's going to happen. When the hordes come, I've got to get out and meet them, talk to them. It's an opportunity to establish myself I won't have later. The pub is looking good, very good. DRC has no idea the books were ever there. Good work, Nick. And it looks as though they're going to let me have it. I'd love to turn it into something to show off my favorite trophies. Wouldn't be bad to open it up for others as well. I'll have to think about that more. Can't get to a game right now, it's killing me. Too much going on down here. But I will be there for the playoffs. Talked to Travis today and we're going wherever it is, although at this point I'm planning on Boston. It's official. The pub in Jatari is mine. Time to celebrate. Time to prove Kodama wrong. People are coming down from all over and I have to say they're good people. Smart people. See right through the DRC in their games. At least most of them do. Definitely will be sides at some point. A few of the visitors in particular have impressed me. Dusante, Tweak, Lucas, and the others. I need to start writing down names. Don't want to forget them. Ingberg has been odd lately. I heard it from many of the visitors and seen it myself as well. Pressure must be getting to him. Little does he know it's only making the DRC look worse. Patriots win again. No surprise anymore. Bad time to be stuck down here, but these are critical times. Can't go to the surface now. This could be going very well. Spoke with a Brian Finka and Duskin Dartree, strange name, tonight. I could see them as eventual leaders. Ingberg is whining again. Not good. They've called a meeting. This better not mean the pub is gone. Excellent talk with Brian tonight. Good man. What is it with this Phil character? The man is disturbing yet intriguing. I was able to talk to him last night for a while in chemo. He's probably just crazy, but if they listen to him, he could be very useful. More people need to hear him. He's agreed to meet with me again. This could be just what I needed. Sounds like it may have been one of the best games all year. I may not have a choice but to make a surface trip for the Jaguar game on my birthday. Have to see how things are progressing down there. DRC is obviously aware of Phil, as they should be. I have to say I'm happy to have the distraction. I haven't heard anything about Ingberg's call for a meeting recently. Good timing. Phil. What perfect timing. The things he showed me this weekend are beyond anything I could have expected. I may have bought into the DRC propaganda myself. Not again. The DRC knows so little of the power of the Dunny. It's almost funny. Yisha's the key. With her there is strength. It's either Yisha or the DRC. That needs to be the message, and Phil will help me in speaking it. They will listen to him. Didn't think I'd be able to forget about what's happening down here, but sitting in the snow watching Poole run that interception back. This team is as good as I've seen them. I can't wait for the playoffs. Being back in the surface cemented my decision. I'll be coming back for Christmas. In the meantime, I think I'm going to cut down a tree on my Relto and decorate for the office here. Need to find Phil today. Haven't met with him in a while, and that's never good, even if the game was worth it. They've gone too far this time. The nerve of these people. The war has started. They cannot simply take Phil away with no reason and not expect consequences. I have given them consequences, and now it seems they'll give me a taste of my own medicine. Kodama seems to have started the ball rolling. I fully expect this sort of reaction. I just hope I have enough people on my side when I need them. What a holiday. Though things down here are a complete mess, at least the surface is going well. Patriots won again. Was able to spend time with Megan, Sean, and Brian. Took him to the game, although down here it seems as though my credibility and respect has taken a downturn. Phil has apparently been killed, or at least that's what the DRC is saying. I'm not sure whether to believe them or not, but the evidence is not good. I've seen the pile myself. Watson's left for the surface, too upset to stay. Laxman and Kodama are taking a role. The city has been closed again. I'm losing my fight for this whole mess. It's too much, and the people here seem to care little. It might not be worth it. Playoffs in 2 weeks, at least. I have that to look forward to. It's been quite a year, especially recently. I have to say I never planned things to go this way, although looking back it may be for the best. Watson is left, somewhere. Laxton and Kodama seem to be running things, which for the moment is definitely good. At least they're moving anywhere. Somewhere, though I may not always agree with them, I like their drive. I'm thinking about it giving it a little more time, and see if I can't get my pub back. I've been keeping quietly lately on purpose, letting things run their course. I may have become a little too aggressive. Bad grammar. I don't think it was helping myself. We'll see if I can't do things better this year. Still planning on heading up to the surface next week, make the playoff trip a little longer than just the weekend. Though this baby isn't quite full, seems a good time to start a new journal. So this is it, my last entry for this book. 6 years in the making. Hard to believe. So, from reading these journals, we learn a couple things either directly or indirectly. Douglas Sharper, the guy who wrote this journal, was assigned to Teledahn to sort of run the age while the DRC worked on restoration. The DRC stands for the Dunny Restoration Council, I believe, and so what their goal was to eventually restore Dunny back to its original state. So that's what they're talking about with slowly letting visitors in. So that's why you see all those DRC traffic cones in different ages trying to restrict people as they sort of open it up back to the public. But as we got near the end of the journal, and actually the first journal we read, things were not going well. And there's starting to be some huge conflicts within the actual DRC itself. So for now we only have one side of the story. So we'll just sort of keep this in mind, sort of what's going on with the DRC right now. So now we have this one other thing, which is this linking stone. And it looks like it goes back to Teledahn. But we are going to do that in the next episode because it's gone on long enough. So it's been Retro Gaming Now playing Mist Uru Complete Chronicles. And I'll see you next time. Thank you.